Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Papaya Pod, a McLaren F1 podcast. I'm your host, Jimmy, and once again, I'm joined by another great guest this week. He joined me live from India, so it was late, so appreciate him staying up late to do this. I don't think we finished recording until like half past midnight in his time. So thank you so much for staying up and also for agreeing to come on and do this and share your journey as well. Fairly new to the sport. I think he started following it in 2020, but he is a big McLaren fan, a big Lando Norris fan, really passionate about McLaren. It was great to chat to him and sort of get his view from over in India. Turns out he hasn't come across these Lando Norris monsters yet, so let's try and get monsters to India so Akhil can enjoy them because he is a massive, massive Lando Norris fan, and it kind of doesn't feel right that he's not had the chance to get his hands on the Lando Norris monster yet. So let's get those to India if they're not already, and let's get them to where he is so he can enjoy them. While I've got you guys, I'm going to give this Bruce McLaren print a shout out again that was done by the amazing Emma Capener. Go to our website now, emmacapenerart.com. Some amazing pieces on there. Seriously, I know I talk about it quite a bit, but just go and check it out. And if you're in a position to, get yourself one because the quality of these prints is incredible. And you can get 20% off by using the code Papaya. So go over there now, check out what you want. That's going to be the hardest thing, picking the one you want. Get a few if you can. Why not? Push the boat out, treat yourself. They are amazing. You will not regret it. I can promise you that. Also, Christmas is coming up. What an amazing gift one of these would make, especially this one. This is my favorite. It's awesome. So go over and check out Emma's amazing work. Yeah, guys, without further ado, here is my guest this week. It is Akhil Kumar. Akhil, how are we doing?
Hi. Yeah, I'm doing great. Hope you are too.
I'm very well, thank you, mate. Thank you for doing this. Really appreciate you coming on. I know it's rather late in India where you are right now. So I
Yeah,
really appreciate you staying up to do this record.
no problem. I love F1 and I love everything F1. So, and it's the first time I'm a part of something like this, so kind of nervous, but let's see how it goes.
Don't be nervous. The McLaren fans on the whole are they're pretty gentle, so you'll be just fine. And for those
Okay.
that are only listening and not watching on YouTube, Akhil is wearing a really cool Lando Norris t-shirt.
Yeah,
So
I bought this a couple of years back, still going strong.
it's very nice. It's black with the Papaya Lando written across it in really cool.
There's actually an LN4 written on the back, like sideways.
Nice.
I, I don't know, can't look like this.
Oh, very nice. Look at that.
Yeah.
There we go. A proud Lando Norris fan. Um, I'll
Yeah.
start where we always start. Why are you a McLaren fan?
Why am I a McLaren fan? So I started watching F1 in 2020 when the COVID lockdown began. There
Yep.
was no sports to watch at that time. And I remember F1 was one of the first sports to resume after the lockdown. So that's how I started watching F1. So before I started, it was just I don't remember exactly why I chose McLaren and Lando. I always want to go back to that day and know why the exact reason was. But it was like I was a big fan of the McLaren automotive cars and stuff. So I think that's one of the reason I chose McLaren. And Lando, why? Because I saw one of his posts on Twitter when it was Twitter. Like he had a thing where after every race weekend he would help his mechanics like
Yeah.
disassemble the car and stuff. So I thought, like, what a nice lad. So yeah, I'll support this boy. And luckily he drove for McLaren. So McLaren and Lando, that's how it started in lockdown. And back then we were just a midfield team. I didn't know like if McLaren was strong or not. But I stuck on with it, went through all the highs, lows, the lowest of the lows, and now to the highest of the heights. So It's been an awesome journey so far.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, you started when they were pretty much at the bottom. Are you
Yeah.
aware of, or were you aware of the history of McLaren at the time, or not so much?
Yeah, I was aware of the history through the movie Rush. I was a big
Yes.
fan of that movie, the Rush movie. So I knew all the big names like Ayrton Senna and Alan Prost and James Hunt through the movie, Niki Lauda. So I knew some bits of it and the iconic liveries, the Marlboro livery and the silver livery of the Mika Hakkinen era. So I knew some things about McLaren. I knew about all the automotive stuff also. So that's why I decided. Yeah, Rush was also one of the reasons to support McLaren.
I love that. And I love you mentioned Mika Hakkinen nice and early as well. I love that. Mika gets in another
Oh,
episode. So would you say that you're more obviously it was Lando Norris that got you into McLaren, so would you say you were more of a Lando Norris fan over McLaren? So say let's this is not going to happen. Let's not talk this into existence. But heaven forbid, say Lando was to leave and go to another team. Would you follow him to the other team or would you stay loyal to McLaren?
no, it's always team first. I'm a McLaren fan first, then the driver. Even if Lando goes to another team, which I don't think he will, I will still support McLaren.
Good man. There we go. That's what McLaren fans like to hear.
Yeah, I've heard a saying in football like players come and go, but the team always stays. So same thing in F1.
Exactly that. I couldn't agree more. It's very, very true. Very true. Um, have you ever sort of been lucky enough to get to any races or anything? I know you've only been following it for 5 years or so, but
I'm waiting for the race to come back in India, actually. I've never
yeah.
been to any race, but last year in Chennai, where I work, Chennai is in South India, so we had an F4 race,
Oh,
F4 racing series. Yeah,
oh
so
wow.
I went to watch that. I didn't get a ticket, but I watched from the sidelines, and it was pretty cool to see. That was the first time I saw a race car. I saw a race car in real life, so they were really loud, even an
Yeah.
F4 car.
Yeah, they are
So it
very,
was nice.
very
It
loud.
was nice. It was really nice. I couldn't watch too much, but it was really nice.
Yeah, no, that's
And
that's
it was a street track as well. They constructed a street track around Chennai.
oh, okay.
Um,
Very cool. I like
so
that. That's
that,
awesome.
mm,
Well, you've done one more
that's
than me.
the really.
Yeah, I've not been to a race yet either myself, so it's something I'm hoping to
Oh,
put right next year. Yes,
okay.
hopefully. Fingers crossed. If all goes to
Will
plan,
it
I'll
be
be
the, is it the British GP? Is you'll be
maybe,
going to?
maybe either Silverstone or possibly Spa. I'm not sure yet. Hopefully.
Okay.
That's things have
Great,
got to fall into
great.
place, but fingers crossed, yes. So don't worry, you're not
Nice.
alone for never being to a Formula One race. You're absolutely not alone. Um, do you own a lot of McLaren memorabilia stuff?
Uh, I own some merchandise like this one, my Lando
Yeah,
Norris t-shirt. This is my second Lando Norris t-shirt. I had my first one was neon green, the LN logo, LN4 logo.
yeah,
This is my second one. And after that, I bought a team jersey, a black one, the team jersey, and
yeah.
the 2024 Papaya team jersey. But
Very
I don't
nice.
have that right. It's in my native. That's why I wore the black one, the Lando one.
Nice. And my next question was
And
going to
I
be, what
have
was your
a
favorite?
and I have a Lando helmet, an old Lando helmet on my smartwatch.
Very nice. You're a
Yeah,
full Lando Norris fan. I love that.
yeah, yeah.
I love that. So, what's your favorite piece that you've got? What's your favorite piece of McLaren or Orlando memorabilia that you own?
It's gotta be this T-shirt probably.
Yeah.
I need to buy some more stuff.
Is it easy
I need
enough
to.
to get in India? Is it quite widely available or?
It's not much available. It's you have to do some research to find out some good stuff.
No.
Everything all Like uh, three, one of the t-shirts I bought wasn't of good quality. This one is pretty good. And like you can't, it's not readily available in India yet because the
Right.
fan base is still just growing here. It's not like everyone watches Formula One.
Yeah,
It's a niche sport here in India. So yeah, but it is growing. It is growing. I can see more and more Formula One fans coming up in the country.
that's awesome. Do you think
Yeah.
Drive to Survive played a part in that, or
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I know
mm,
most of the new fans that I've met online, they came through Drive to Survive, or now recently the F1 movie.
of course, yes, yeah.
But I
Oh,
am not one of the DTS fans. I didn't even know about DTS before I started watching. It was only after I met some fans that they told me about the show, and then I started watching. The
yeah.
first two seasons were pretty damn good, and then it got like a kind of what do you say, dramatic and over dramatic.
Yeah, a lot of it was played up for the cameras and very heavily edited, wasn't it, for entertainment value,
Yeah.
which, it is an entertainment show at the end of the day. But listen, I mean, if like I always say, if it pulls people to become fans of the sport, then that's great. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I know some people have issues with certain people's views that come over because of Drive to Survive, but listen, they're all here to support Formula One, so um,
Mhm.
yeah, that's all good for me. And it's great to hear that it is sort of growing in India as well. That's awesome. And while we're on the
Yeah.
subject, Akhil said that they don't do Lando Norris Monster, or at least he hasn't found it in India yet. So come on, Monster, get some of these over to India so Akhil can enjoy them because they are awesome. And I don't get paid by
Yeah.
Monster, by the way, for drinking these every week, but they are just really good. So yeah, get them over to
Okay.
India. Um, who are obviously you only sort of got into it 5 years ago, but you've done a bit. You know about the history of McLaren and Formula One and etc. So, who would you say your all-time favorite drivers were or are?
My all-time favorite driver would be Lando Norris, of course.
I had a feeling you were going to
Uh,
say that.
apart, apart from Lando, Senna, who else then? Senna, Hamilton, Button, Kimi Raikkonen. Yeah, but mostly Lando. I love Oscar
Perfect.
too, also.
So I was going to get to that. You do like Oscar, yeah?
Yeah, I love both outright. Whoever drives a McLaren, I love them all.
Yeah, that's awesome. But there's make no bones about it, who you want to become drivers' champion this year, right?
Yeah, that would be definitely Lando.
Just checking, just in case. Do you think he's going to do it? Are you nervous for him or are you confident?
After what we saw in Mexico, I think he's gonna do it. I think he's gonna do it. Let's see what happens tomorrow night. Brazilian GP free practice. Let's see who's got the upper edge. But I think Lando's gonna win it. We saw last year also Oscar had this stage towards the end of the season where he was like very inconsistent and like even feared that we would lose the constructors championship the way Oscar was going. Lando was like always on the podium, like Oscar wasn't. He's on that stage in that same stage now in this phase of the season. So some people are saying like McLaren are favoring one driver or another, sabotaging the car of number 81. But I don't believe in all those theories.
Good.
It's just, yeah. So, yeah, I think, yeah, there was a threat of Max, but after that Mexico City performance, what a start from Lando Norris. I did not expect him to uh, be P1 at the end of the turn one. Boy, that was an insane start. And the way he made those gaps, 30 seconds. Oh my God, that was. If Lando gets clean air, he can like dominate, like close to max level. He Lando in clean air, only Max can beat him.
Yeah,
He is next level.
yeah, I agree. I
Once he
mean,
gets
it's just
in,
getting his
yeah,
starts right, isn't it? He needs to consistently get
yeah,
those good starts.
yep.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I am nervous for him naturally. I hope you're right because I would love to see Lando win it. I've made that very clear on the podcast. Don't get me wrong, be delighted if
Yeah,
Oscar wins too, but I would love it to be Lando.
yeah.
Um, so I am a little bit nervous for him. I do think I get what you're saying about Oscar, but I do think Oscar will come back and he will find some form. I'm predicting he'll be back on the podium this weekend. Don't know where that's come
Yeah.
from because he's not been great around Brazil. I think his best finish in
Hmm.
Brazil is eighth, I believe. Um, but I just think he has to find some form, right? He's an absolute
He
top.
scored pole. He scored sprint pole last year,
Yes, in
so
the
he's not
sprint.
bad around here. Yeah,
Yeah.
he can come back. Let's see. Let's everything will be said tomorrow after FP1.
Yeah, of course we've got a sprint this weekend as well. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of points up for grabs. I think, like you say, with Max still needs a miracle. He's already performed a miracle to get
Yes.
back to where he is, but he needs more miracles than just that. He's still a way off. It
Yes.
can happen, but I kind of feel after this weekend we'll either be saying he's absolutely in the mix or he's no longer in the mix. I don't think there'll be an in between, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah,
Anyway, the title is going till Abu Dhabi.
I think you could be right. Yeah, I think it
Gap
will.
is so close.
I think
Yep.
it will. I just hope that there's only two drivers involved in it by that point.
Yeah, same. And I hope there are no mechanical DNFs like the one we had in Zandvoort, because that would be the most saddest way to lose a championship.
It really would. Yeah, I second that. That would be awful for either of them to get any DNFs,
Yes.
especially if it was the final race, which when it was, yeah,
Yes.
if it comes down to that, it's yeah, I don't know. How do you feel McLaren have played it this year with, letting the drivers race within reason? Obviously they've made some controversial calls as well. How do you feel? I know you're a Lando fan, so a lot of them you're probably quite happy with, but how do you feel they've played it?
It's not like that, but I feel like they're doing doing some things a little too much. Like they're overcomplicating stuff. Like if you see the way Red Bull operates and we operate, they seem like more professional, and we seem like a bit like what do you say? I don't know how to describe it. But we should just let them race. But the Monza incident, I agree with that, because Lando was clearly faster than Oscar in that race, and he deserved to finish in P2. He did nothing wrong. But yeah, I'm kind of okay with it, not because I'm a Lando fan, but still we are overcomplicating stuff a little. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's been certain things that didn't need to be said. It's a really difficult one because I
The
absolutely get what they're trying to do and I get what they've done. And I listened today to a podcast with Zach Brown and Andrea Stella on. It was the
F1 Nation.
yeah, it was the Beyond the Grid, F1 Beyond the Grid, which is part of the F1
Ah,
Nation, of course.
yeah.
And it was really good. And I don't know how people can hate on Zach Brown or Andrea Stella. They just come across as genuine guys, just nice people. Their their hearts are in the right place. They're obviously super competitive, but they also do things how they believe to be right for both drivers. And like Andrea Stella said, how can you people that
Yes.
say they've got favorites, how can you choose your favorite child, right? They're like his sons. So
Yeah.
um for
Yeah.
those that still think either Zach or Andrea Stella are still biased towards either of the drivers, go back and watch that or go back and listen to that because
Mm.
they go into quite an in-depth explanation of why they do things the way they do. And Some people still don't get it, and that's fine, but go and listen to that. They explain it pretty well in that. I think most of us get it. We get what they're
Yeah.
trying to do. They're trying to be as fair as possible.
Hmm.
How how would you feel? A lot of people, I don't know if you've heard, obviously since well, the
Yeah, I
last
want to
couple.
add one more point.
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
The thing I said that was like taking it a bit too far was the how do you pronounce that? Repercussions thing
Yes.
that which they gave Lando. Those stuff were like totally unnecessary. And then once Oscar made a mistake, okay, now it's all back clean slate. It's all a little childish, I can say.
Yeah.
Red Bull would never do that, or even any other team would never do such stuff. Just let them race. What repercussions? Why they said repercussions till the end of the season? That was like uh, these two guys are fighting for a championship, and you're giving one driver repercussions means that's not fair, right?
But also, that didn't need to be said. Even if it was discussed as repercussions,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
should never have come out in the media. All it had to be said was
exactly.
it's being dealt with in-house. That's all it needed to be said.
Yeah, yeah,
Nobody probably, I don't think anyone would have questioned it if they had both come out and said that. But the way it was all worded was all very, very odd. I love McLaren. I
yes,
love everything about McLaren, but that was some bad PR advice, in my opinion, even bringing that up.
yes.
It got everyone asking what the repercussions were. Then, of course, what happened with Oscar in the following week in the sprint. Oh, are the repercussions non-existent now? More questions about repercussions. Didn't need to happen. I
What do
can.
you think? What do you think those repercussions were?
Well, the rumor is, it hasn't been confirmed, of course, and it will probably never be confirmed. But the rumor was, the Oscar would get priority over when he comes out for qualifying.
Hmm.
I believe that's what they were saying. For the rest of the season, Oscar can choose when he comes out to qualify.
Hmm.
Um, is that still the case? Who knows? Who knows? And then maybe it wasn't even that. Maybe it was something completely different to that. But it wasn't. I don't think we're talking about anything that's gonna or was going to be too bad for Lando. I think, you're choosing when you come out for qualifying. It's not for me. Yeah, okay, I get that's important, but it's not. It's not going to decide the championship, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't know. It is. It was very.
Anyway, they're all gone. We're all back to a clean slate, so it's all good now. So
I
hopefully,
hope
we never
so.
hear that word again.
I hope so. How would you feel if, and it's not going to happen, they've made it clear, Zach and Andrea, and in my
Hmm.
opinion, rightly so. How would you have felt had they have decided at this point with Max slowly closing, they need to pick one of the drivers to push on?
I don't think they can now because the gap is too close. The gap is just a point. It would be totally unfair to choose a driver now. Just let them race. I agree with them.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same. But I think even when it wasn't as close as this, I think even before Mexico, when Lando was, I forget how many points behind now. I think even then you couldn't. How could you possibly pick one, right? They're both in a great
Yeah, yeah.
position to win the
At that,
championship.
even at that point, Lando was in better form than Oscar, and you couldn't choose Oscar also because Lando was actually performing better. So it would be a disadvantage for the team.
100%.
So
100%. And I
yeah,
like what Zach has said, and it's kind of got taken out of context a little bit, but he said he would rather have the same situation as when
2007.
2007, thank you,
Yeah,
when neither driver won it and it was handed to, I think, was it Kimi Raikkonen in the Ferrari, I believe, ended up winning the
yeah, yeah,
championship. And he said he would
exactly.
rather that happen again and Max win than pick a driver. And actually, I'm all right with that. And it's some of the
Yeah,
quotes
me
is
too.
that some of the quotes they've paraphrased it to make it look like Zach's almost saying he would rather just, I don't know how they're trying to make it look a bit more negative than it is, I guess I'm trying to say. But actually, when you hear him talk about it in that podcast, it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah, I've got no issues with that whatsoever. Absolutely none at all. What would you say is your standout moment of this season so far?
Of this season,
Mm,
the way Oscar improved from last year, that was just, I did not see that coming. That was just unbelievable. The way he improved from last year to this year, beating Lando like that, I did not see that coming. Even after the first race in Australia, everyone was like, "Yeah, Lando's got his championship covered, easy peasy." But then, from the next race, Oscar was Oscar, 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 Oscar. Every race was like, I thought everyone thought Oscar was going to win. So that was a standout moment for me. And the second standout moment was when Lando got pole in Monaco. I never expected that. I never saw that one coming because Oscar was continuously beating him in qualifying, which Lando is the best at, like coming to when comparing with head to head with teammates. He has never lost a head to head battle in qualifying with any of his teammates. But then
mm.
here comes Oscar beating him in qualifying. Like this last year, it was 24 to Lando in qualifying, and this year, Oscar is killing it. And then to pick a pole in Monaco by Lando, that was unbelievable. That was also a standout moment for me.
Yeah, and what a relief that he actually saw it out and got the race win as well.
Yeah, this year actually, it's been a dream year for Norris. Actually, he won Monaco. He won his home race. Now he wins. If he wins the championship, that's gonna be the best year of his life. He can even retire.
It would be very difficult to top that, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it would be very difficult. It would, yeah. I mean, he won. It must still eat away at Oscar a little bit that he won in Australia. I know the conditions helped him as well, obviously when they were coming off the track and stuff. But yeah, I think Oscar will
so
definitely.
that was also a standout moment. The way Oscar came back, like I thought, everyone thought he was DNF'd.
Yeah,
The
uh,
way he patiently reversed that car in the wet conditions in the grass, that was really like an applauding.
yeah.
Never
That
give up.
that summed him up, and you can imagine him in the cockpit of that car, just completely calm, like no stress.
Yeah,
Whereas a lot of
yeah,
drivers would be,
yeah.
annoyed, perhaps a little bit stressed,
Annoyed,
panicking.
punching on the steering wheel, throwing away the steering wheel, and getting out of the car.
Yeah,
But Oscar
Oscar
stayed
kept his
and
cool.
even made an insane pass on Hamilton in that first race. After that,
Yeah, yeah, he's an unbelievable driver. I actually picked him to win the championship before the season.
oh really?
Yeah, I did.
Even after last season, how Lando beat him comfortably.
Yeah, I just felt that he had the mentality to really grow from that, and
Hmm.
and because of that as well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. He's not reached his peak yet, and he's still even yet he's still so damn good.
he really is. He really is unbelievable talent. I mean, they all are obviously, but he's to be so young in the sport as well, so early in his career, to even be talking about a championship is pretty crazy, really. I know they've got an
Yeah,
unbelievable car underneath them, but even so, you've still got to put it on pole. You've got to win the race. It's not just as easy as, oh, I've got the best car, I'm going to win. It doesn't always work like that. We've seen that time and time again. Yeah, unbelievable driver. And I do think
yep,
that if he doesn't win this year, he will get other opportunities in the future. I think his future's definitely
definitely,
bright.
definitely.
Akhil, I always end on the same question, and again, you may have already answered this one, but what is your favorite all-time Formula
Hmm.
One moment?
All-time moments. I'll pick a few. So the number one would be definitely winning the Constructors' Championship after I think 28 years.
Yeah,
That was like the peak moment, being a McLaren fan. That was the number one moment in my Formula One journey. And the second one would be finishing P3 in the first year I started watching Formula One 2020, finishing P3 in the last race, beating Racing Point. That was also a peak moment to watch. Then what else? Lando getting his first pole in Sochi, Lando getting his first win last year.
in
Yeah,
Hungary.
these four moments.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You couldn't just pick one. Too many
Definitely if I had to pick one, definitely it would be last year's Constructors' Championship.
constructors.
The
Yeah,
tough fight with Ferrari, the first lap, Max taking out Piastri. Oh, I thought it was gone, and Leclerc coming back from way behind, and he finished on the podium. Lando, one mistake would have costed us the championship. But so that
yeah,
was the peak moment for me, the most memorable moment as Formula One and McLaren fan for me.
yeah. I think there were times when we all thought it had gone, um, especially
Yeah.
when the whole race was on Lando's shoulders. It was that was
Yeah.
class from Lando. He showed true class in that race. I mean, he's
Yes.
done it many times since, but that was the first time you sort of go, do you know what? This is a man who can cope with the pressure because there was a hell of a lot of pressure on his shoulders that afternoon.
Yeah. And it was not like our science was 30 seconds behind. Science was just 5 or 7 seconds behind.
Yeah,
And one bad pit stop would have costed us the P1 position.
yeah. Our pit stops were a lot more
But,
consistent then, weren't they? But didn't have to
yeah,
worry quite so much.
this year all our second pit stops are bad. So
Yeah,
whoever pits second is getting the bad pit stops.
yeah. Except for in
And
Mexico. Mexico was all right. In fact, the
yeah,
first pit stop was bad in Mexico, which was Oscar's. I think Oscar had like a 5 second, and then Lando had a was it a three? Maybe a
maybe,
2.8. I'm
yeah.
not sure. It
Mm.
was certainly
There's
around three.
something wrong with the wheel guns. I read an article which Stella was saying they don't have the time to fix them now, but it
Mm,
can be fixed next year only. I don't know if it's true or not. I read an article
I
like
did the
something about the
same
wheel
as well.
guns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It is worrying. It is worrying. Hopefully, that doesn't come
yeah.
into play for the rest of this season because that's the last thing we need. More conspiracy theories out there.
Yeah. It was
Uh,
Lando getting all the bad stops, but once Oscar started getting them, all the conspiracy theories started.
There's definitely conspiracy theorists on both sides, that's for sure, and it's horrible to see and read and listen to, but that's just the world we live in, I guess. Hopefully, we can
Yeah.
be nice, clean, uncomplicated races for the remainder of the season, but we shall see. Akhil, thank you so much for joining me, mate. I've really enjoyed listening to your stories and why you're a McLaren fan, etc. It's been good fun.
Same here, Jimmy. It's been
And we need to get stuff to India, like these monsters, like merchandise a bit more easily
yeah,
available, and
yeah,
races. I get a race back in India.
yeah,
That'd be pretty
definitely.
cool.
We have a beautiful track here in India, the Budh International Circuit, and it's being unused. It's very sad.
Completely, it's not being used at all.
Just being used for like auto channels for the car reviews and stuff
Right.
sometimes. That's all. Even MotoGP came 2 or 3 years back for the like MotoGP came to India for the first time on the same track, and it just lasted for one season.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
We need to get motorsport back in India. Come on.
Do you remember watching the Indian Grand Prix in
Yeah, of
Formula One?
course. Yeah. Yeah.
I I think
It's
they were
it's so
good
difficult
races.
because there's so many races now, and I think we're already at the maximum for me. I could say maybe 25, but it's
Yeah, for me
it's
it's too much. 24 itself is too much.
I
20,
agree. I agree. It's great as a fan. I love it. I would have it every weekend if we could, but it's too much on the drivers, on the team. It's not just the drivers,
yeah,
the whole team. They're away so much,
yeah,
and it
exactly.
must take its toll on them.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, there
The
has to be.
2023 season was pretty fun with a lot of new tracks.
Yeah,
Nürburgring, Mugello, Portimao,
yeah.
so many stuff. Sakhir, the oval track. It was pretty fun. Even there was only 17 races, but maybe 17 is a little too less. That's why I said 20. 20 is the right amount.
I
If we
think
bring that
20 is
back
good.
some of those races like Nürburgring and all, they are great tracks, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
We have
absolutely.
to get rid of some of the tracks currently on the calendar. And bring those back.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with that completely. There are a couple of tracks that don't overly excite me, but most Formula
Yeah,
One fans, I think. But
yeah.
thankfully, Interlagos in Brazil is not one of those. I love Interlagos. So I am
Lagos is
very much
always awesome.
looking forward to the race this weekend. Sprint as well. Just I'm so
Yeah,
excited. I am so
I'm
excited.
so excited and nervous.
Yes, both of those things, absolutely. Yeah. It's going to be presumably sort of oh no, I guess it will be sort of late evening for you over there, right? The race.
I think
I
the
think it's
sprint qualifying is at 12 a.m. for me tomorrow night.
oh okay.
Yeah. And the race is at 11:30 or 10:30, I believe.
Oh wow. Will you
PM.
stay up for them or will you just catch up with them the next day?
Of course, I'll stay up for them.
Hardcore. Love that. I
Yeah.
love that. That's awesome. Um, Akhil, thank you so much, mate. It's been great fun.
Thank you, Jimmy. It's been great being on your show. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate you staying up. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I've been Jimmy. That's been Akhil. This has been the Papaya Pod. And until next time, never stop racing.